Mitchell, Steve, you there?
Yes, I'm still here.
All right, welcome back to the Edge television broadcast. Well, I had to play a little bit of Johnny Cash because the live chat's going crazy talking about that, and how that he got into there, I forgot. But
they're talking about Johnny Cash on there.
They really are. I don't that seems a bit off topic. I'm looking at my notes here. See, we got ley lines, dragons, coats of arms, Puff the Magic Dragon. I don't see where
Someone's obviously gone off on a tangent, haven't they?
That's it.
They have.
What are you going to do?
We must be able to find Johnny Cash in there somewhere, but I don't know enough about him.
Well, maybe I'm going to cast a spell. How about that?
Yeah, you do it. Yes, cast a black magic spell.
All right. Well,
is that a Johnny Cash number? No, that's someone else, isn't it? I don't know.
Okay. All right. Welcome back now. Of course, now we have this from Joey. He says he finds it interesting that dragons are part of different culture mythologies, and I've always had a little bit of question. You mentioned mermaids and such. You know, the Greeks had the centaurs, and they're always in the Egyptians had this sort of cat creature, man half thing, bull creatures running around. There seems to be in a lot of ancient cultures some sort of human animal hybrid. Did they all make that up, Steve?
What you have to remember is that each of these animals in each of these hybrids are aspects of humanity. In one respect, there are animal aspects, there are animal nature. In another aspect, the whole kind of thing really comes from shamanistic practice, where, you know, shamans would, for example, don a costume, don a fur, wear a piece of headdress that kind of relates to an animal that they would like to emulate, that they would like to use that aspect of, in a sense becoming it, in a sense, in a sort of spiritual sense, learning from that animal, as well as in a physical sense, emulating that animal. Yeah. So the whole kind of theory that I believe certainly is that rather than the fact that, you know, there are half cats and half humans wandering around, that in reality it is our kind of perception of the natural world that we're trying to kind of capture, bring back into this world.
Okay, well, they said the connection to Johnny Cash is the song Ring of Fire.
Right, I see, Ring of Fire. Now, we said that earlier on about the song Ring of Fire.
See, you give the Edge visitors an inch and they'll take a mile. See what I'm saying?
They do, yeah.
Okay, we have this question here. Do you know of any significance to rainbows?
We were talking about rainbows earlier on, weren't we? Now, something I learned quite recently, I say quite recently, a couple of years back now, was that if you go out and look at the rainbow, how many colours does it have?
5 or 6?
No. Well, traditionally it has 7. Red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, purple.
Oh, okay.
Is that 7?
Okay.
But if you actually check out and look out nowadays, or if you hang a piece of glass in your window, a prism or something like that, you'll notice there's an extra couple of colours crept in. Okay. So our rainbows are changing. A lot of people are taking that on board as a kind of symbolic energy kind of thing. Yeah. Perhaps it's just that us as people are able to see these colours more clearly, or perhaps it's just that there's a load of extra dust in the sky and a load of extra trails from aeroplanes that are causing the air to be polluted to refract different colours.
All right.
That's all I know. I'd love to hear what this guy's talking about, the vertical ones, though. Has he got back to you on that one?
I have not seen anything coming back on that, Tim. Tim, out there in Hawaii, just give us a ring back here and give us a little bit more on your vertical rainbow there. Now, there are interesting phenomena, and I don't know that you know about this. I know you're talking about crop circles, but have you ever seen or heard of water circles?
Not specifically, no. The crop circle phenomenon has always been thought to occur in corn and wheat-related crops. It's certainly been found in snow, in trees, in mustard, in rice fields. Yeah. The water circles, as far as I've come across them, are more related into the fact of essentially showing that any kind of energy wave, and we take sound as a best example of that. When you speak or sing into a bowl of water, you will effectively see a ripple effect.
Okay.
When you change your tone, when you change the way you sing, that ripple will change and often create different patterns. And one of the experiments that has been done with this is to use iron filings, because obviously once a pattern's been made in iron filings, it doesn't go away afterwards, so you can record the results. And you can see that, going back into crop circles, that you get very, very similar patterns in iron filings in water when you make sounds and different tones that you get in crop circles, and you get some quite complex geometric patterns. Stars pop up quite regularly, all kinds of sinuous shapes.
Right. Steve, who is making the crop circles?
It's a good question. Is there a who? Essentially, to my mind, you'd have to kind of go down a long road to get here, and you're best to watch the video to really understand where I'm coming from this. But to try and cut a long story short, there's two aspects of this. First of all, the energy that the universe that is made up of, that we talked about earlier on as being intelligent, if you like, in some way or another. That energy is able to be formed in stone circles into a ring of energy, a trail of energy that spins. And if that energy is released from stone circles, then it will ground somewhere. And quite often near crop circles or under crop circles, you find water tables quite high. You find particular type of rock formations, all of which help to ground energy. They ground natural energy in terms of lightning and so forth. So they ground the exact same energy. At the end of the day, the energy that we're talking about, if it's conscious because we think it is, because we're part of it. So in one aspect, it's what you might call an external energy, the life force of the planet or the universe. In another respect, it's us thinking them into being.
So you don't go with the who?
I don't go with the who, no. Because to me, and this is kind of where I come from, I guess, amidst all the jokery and the laughing and the fun, to me it's what's going on there, how it goes on, and how that, if you like, how that we perceive that, because that gives us a chance to interact. It gives us a chance to empower ourselves. It gives us a chance to be far more knowledgeable and aware of something than simply accept that it's the aliens or it's the guys with the little combine harvesters that creep up at night, or the guys with the planks or whatever. There's certainly evidence that there are groups of people around who do go around with planks and various devices to create them, but there's also enough evidence to suggest that some of the crop circles that are made cannot be made in the time given by human means.
Okay. I'm trying to stay with you on the fact that, did you suggest that there may be something underneath crop circles?
Yeah, contributing to it. What you have to remember is that the Earth itself is made up of very, very many different layers of rock formations. Those rock formations have different iron content, for example. The water content of the Earth also affects the magnetic flow, the geomagnetic flow within the Earth. And like I say, this is fairly obvious when you see lightning strike, when it hits the ground. It hits the ground at a place where it's going to be earthed far better. If you like, the Earth accepts that kind of flow into itself, trying to put it on a kind of easy way to understand.
Okay, well, I'll go with you on the contributing part, but
yes,
to suggest it is contributing suggests that there is something else. It is contributing to something else. What is that something else?
The something else that creates it is essentially energy. Energy manifests. Energy is light. Energy is sound. Energy is electricity. Energy is magnetic. Energy is all of these things. But all of those things are part of the exact same energy. And this is what, if you study the science behind this, the quantum science, Maxwellian science, even Newton, all these people were recognizing that these specific types of energy aren't separate from each other. They're actually a part of a bigger energy, an energy field that contributes to creating the universe as we know it, because it's the same energy field